What if someone invited you to a party just to laugh at you in front of everyone? What if they want to see you cry and feel small? That's exactly what happened to Maya. But what they didn't know was that Maya had a secret. A secret so big it would change everything. But before we start, where are you watching from? Tell us in the comments. We love hearing from you. And hey, if you love stories about people who never give up, hit that subscribe button right now. Trust me, you don't want to miss what happens next. Now, let's begin. Maya Rodriguez wiped the glass windows on the 10th floor. Her brown hands moved in circles, making the glass shine like a mirror. She was 38 years old and worked as a cleaning lady in the biggest business building in Chicago. Every day, she wore the same blue uniform. Every day, she carried her yellow bucket and mop. Every day, people walked past her like she was invisible. Some days, Maya felt like a ghost. People talked on their phones while she cleaned right next to them. They dropped trash on the floor. She just washed. They never said thank you or even hello. To them, Maya was just nobody. But there was one person who always noticed Maya, and not in a good way. Her name was Brittany Chun. Brittany was married to the CEO, the boss of the whole company. She was young, rich, and beautiful. She wore expensive dresses that cost more money than Maya made in a whole year. Her shoes were always shiny and perfect. Her hair was always styled like a movie star. But Brittany had an ugly heart. She loved making Maya feel small. She would drop things on purpose and say, "Oops, clean that up." She would laugh with her rich friends and point at Maya. Once, she even said, "Some people are born to serve. That's just how life works." Maya never said anything back. She needed this job. She had bills to pay. She had a small apartment to keep. Talking back meant losing everything. But today was different. Today, Brittany walked toward Maya with a big smile. That smile made Maya nervous. When people smile, something bad is coming. "Maya," Brittany said sweetly, like they were friends. Her 3 rich friends stood behind her, trying not to giggle. Maya put down her spray bottle. "Yes, ma'am." Brittany held out a fancy white envelope. It had gold letters on it. It looked expensive and important. "I have something special for you," Brittany said. "It's an invitation." Maya stared at the envelope. Her heart beat faster. Something felt wrong. "An invitation?" Maya asked quietly. "Yes." Brittany clapped her hands. "My husband Michael and I are getting married again. We're having a big party this Saturday at the Crystal Lake Hotel. And guess what? You're invited." Brittany's friends couldn't hold it anymore. They started laughing. One of them covered her mouth with her hand. Maya felt her stomach drop. The Crystal Lake Hotel was the fanciest place in Chicago. Rich people went there. Famous people went there. Not cleaning ladies. "Why?" Maya asked. Her voice was small. Brittany tilted her head and smiled bigger. "Because everyone deserves to celebrate, even people like you." The way she said "people like you" made Maya's face feel hot. "The dress code is black tie," Brittany added, looking at Maya's old uniform. "That means fancy dresses, high heels, jewelry. Elegant stuff." She looked Maya up and down. "But I'm sure you'll figure something out." Her friends laughed louder now. Maya took the envelope. Her hand shook a little. "Thank you," she whispered. Brittany leaned closer and whispered back, "This is going to be so fun. I can't wait to see what you show up in. If you show up." Then she walked away, her heels clicking on the clean floor. Her friends followed, still laughing and whispering. Maya stood alone in the hallway. She looked at the gold letters on the envelope. Her eyes started to burn with tears, but she didn't let them fall. Not here. Not now. She knew exactly what this was. It wasn't a real invitation. It was a trap. Brittany wanted to embarrass her in front of hundreds of rich people. She wanted to make Maya the joke of the night. Maya walked to the bathroom and locked herself in a stall. She sat down and finally let the tears come. They rolled down her cheeks, hot and angry. For 10 minutes, she cried. She cried for all the mean words. She cried for all the times people treated her like dirt. She cried because it hurt to be invisible. But then something changed. Maya wiped her face. She stood up and looked at herself in the bathroom mirror. Her eyes were red, but they were also strong. Deep inside her chest, something woke up, something she had buried a long time ago, something powerful. Maya touched the gold letters on the envelope again. "They think I'm nobody," she whispered to her reflection. "They think I'm just a cleaning lady." She took a deep breath. Maybe it's time they learn the truth. What Maya didn't tell anyone, what no one at that building knew, was that Maya Rodriguez hadn't always been a cleaning lady. 5 years ago, she was someone completely different, someone important, someone powerful. And this Saturday at that fancy hotel, everyone was going to find out. That night, Maya sat on her small bed in her tiny apartment. The walls were thin. She could hear her neighbor's TV through the wall. The ceiling had a brown stain from an old leak. This place wasn't much, but it was home. Maya opened the gold envelope again. She read the fancy words. "You are invited to the renewal of vows between Brittany Chun and Michael Torres. Saturday, 6 p.m., Crystal Lake Hotel. Black tie event. Black tie. Fancy dresses. Rich people." Everything Maya didn't have anymore. She put the invitation down and walked to her closet. Way in the back, behind her work uniforms and old jeans, was a cardboard box. She hadn't opened it in 5 years. Her hands shook as she pulled it out. Inside the box were photographs. But these weren't pictures of cleaning Lady Maya. These were pictures of a different person. In the photos, Maya wore beautiful suits. She stood on stages. She shook hands with the mayor of Chicago. She cut ribbons at big events. She smiled confidently at cameras. At the bottom of the box was a newspaper article. The headline made Maya's heart hurt. "Rodriguez Foundation closes after financial scandal. Founder disappears." Maya touched her own face in the photo. That woman looked so happy, so sure of herself, so alive. 5 years ago, Maya's life was completely different. Her parents had started the Rodriguez Foundation, a charity that helped poor kids go to college. When her parents died in a car accident, Maya took over. She was only 28 years old, but she was brave and smart. The foundation grew bigger and bigger. They helped thousands of kids. Maya became famous in Chicago. People respected her. They asked her to speak at events. They wanted her advice. But then, everything fell apart. Someone stole money from the foundation. A lot of money. Maya didn't steal it, but it happened under her watch. The newspapers blamed her. People stopped trusting her. Donors took their money back. Lawyers came with papers and angry faces. In 6 months, everything was gone. The foundation closed. Maya lost her apartment, her car, her savings. She lost her reputation. People who used to smile at her now crossed the street to avoid her. Maya had to start over with nothing. No money, no friends, no one who believed in her. So she became invisible. She became a cleaning lady. She changed her hair. She wore plain clothes. She kept her head down. For 5 years, she hid. But now, holding that cruel invitation, something inside Maya started to burn. "No," she whispered. "I'm done hiding." She picked up her phone. Her hands were shaking. She scrolled through her old contacts, names she hadn't called in years. Then she found it. Keisha Williams. Keisha was Maya's best friend from college. They used to be like sisters. But when everything fell apart, Maya pushed everyone away. She was too ashamed to ask for help. Maya stared at the name for 5 minutes. Her thumb hovered over the call button. Finally, she pressed it. The phone rang once, twice, 3 times. "Hello?" The voice sounded confused. "Keisha?" Maya's voice cracked. It's Maya." Silence. Long, heavy silence. Then, "Oh my God! Maya, is that really you?" "It's me," Maya whispered. "Where have you been? I looked everywhere for you. I called, I texted, I even went to your old apartment." "I know. I'm sorry. I couldn't face anyone." "Girl, where are you?" "Still in Chicago." "I've been working." "Working where? Doing what?" Maya closed her eyes. "I'm a cleaning lady." More silence. A cleaning lady, Keisha repeated slowly. Yeah, Maya Rodriguez, the woman who spoke at my college graduation, the woman who helped my little brother get a scholarship. That Maya Rodriguez is a cleaning lady. Things changed, Keisha. Everything fell apart. I know things fell apart, but you disappeared. You didn't let anyone help you. Tears rolled down Maya's face. I was ashamed. Keisha's voice softened. Oh, Maya, baby, why are you calling now? After 5 years. Maya looked at the invitation on her bed. Because I need help, and because I'm tired of being ashamed. Tell me everything. So Maya did. She told Keisha about the job, about Brittany, about the cruel invitation. She told her about the trap, about the plan to embarrass her. When she finished, Keisha was quiet for a moment. Then she said something Maya didn't expect. Good. What? Maya asked. I said good. This is good, Maya. How is this good? Because now you have a reason to stop hiding. Now you have a reason to show them who you really are. But, Keisha, I don't have money for a fancy dress. I don't have... Girl, stop. Do you remember what I do for a living? Maya thought for a moment. You're a fashion designer. That's right. And you know what? I've been waiting 5 years for you to come back to yourself. I'm coming to Chicago. What? No. Keisha, you don't have to. I'm already looking at flights. I'll be there Thursday. We have 2 days to get you ready. Keisha, Maya Rodriguez, listen to me. Those people tried to erase you. They think you're nobody. But I remember who you are. And Saturday night, we're going to remind everyone. Maya started crying again, but this time they weren't sad tears. Thank you, she whispered. Don't thank me yet, Keisha said with a laugh. Wait until you see what I'm bringing. Brittany Chin won't know what hit her. Saturday arrived like a storm. The sky was bright blue. Birds sang in the trees. It was a kind of perfect day that made rich people feel like the world belonged to them. The Crystal Lake Hotel looked like a castle. Giant white columns stood at the entrance. Red carpet rolled down the marble steps. Expensive cars lined up, dropping off guests in designer gowns and perfect tuxedos. Inside, everything sparkled. Crystal chandeliers hung from the ceiling like frozen waterfalls. White roses covered every table. A string quartet played soft music. Waiters in white gloves carried trays of champagne. Brittany stood in the center of it all, wearing a dress that cost more than most people's cars. She laughed loudly, posing for photos, soaking up all the attention. This is perfect, she whispered to her friend Madison. Absolutely perfect. Do you think she'll actually show up? Madison asked nervously. Brittany rolled her eyes. Please, that woman knows her place. She's probably at home right now, crying into her mop bucket. They both laughed. But then something changed. The music seemed to get quieter. People stopped talking. Heads began to turn toward the entrance. A black car pulled up to the front steps. Sleek, elegant, powerful. The driver opened the back door. First came the shoes. Silver heels that caught the sunlight like diamonds. Then came the dress. It was deep emerald green, the color of precious jewels. The fabric flowed like water down her body. It wasn't too flashy. It wasn't trying too hard. It was just perfect, elegant, powerful, royal. Her hair was pulled back in a smooth, high bun. Simple gold earrings. A thin gold necklace with one small emerald stone. No heavy makeup. Just her natural beauty glowing. And her face. Oh, her face. No fear. No shame. No apology. Just pure confidence. Maya Rodriguez had arrived. The entire entrance went silent. People froze with champagne glasses halfway to their mouths. Cameras stopped clicking. Even the music seemed to pause. Maya walked slowly up the red carpet. Each step was deliberate, strong, purposeful. She didn't look around nervously. She didn't search for approval. She walked like a queen returning to her throne. Whispers started spreading through the crowd like wildfire. Who is that? Is she famous? She looks like somebody important. Wait, doesn't she look familiar? Brittany's smile disappeared. Her face went pale. Her hand gripped her champagne glass, so hard it almost broke. "No," she whispered. "No, no, no. That can't be." Michael, her husband, looked up from his phone. His eyes went wide. His mouth fell open. Maya reached the top of the steps and entered the ballroom. Every single person turned to look at her. She didn't stop. She walked straight toward Brittany. The crowd parted like the Red Sea. When Maya finally stood face to face with Brittany, she smiled. A small, calm, dangerous smile. "Hello, Brittany," Maya said softly. "Thank you for the invitation." Brittany's mouth opened, but no words came out. Her hands shook. Maya looked around at all the staring faces. "What a beautiful event. You must be so proud." Before Brittany could respond, an older man pushed through the crowd. He had gray hair and wore an expensive suit. His eyes were locked on Maya like he'd seen a ghost. "Wait," he said, his voice shaking. "Wait just a minute." He walked closer, studying Maya's face. My God, is that Maya Rodriguez?" The entire room went dead silent. You could hear people breathing. Maya turned to face him. She stood tall. "Yes, sir. I'm Maya Rodriguez." The man's hand flew to his chest. "The Rodriguez Foundation, Maya? The one who helped my daughter get into Northwestern University?" "Yes, sir." Gasps erupted throughout the ballroom. People started whispering frantically. "Rodriguez Foundation? Wait, that Maya Rodriguez? I thought she disappeared. What is she doing here?" The older man grabbed Maya's hand with both of his. His eyes were wet with tears. "You changed my family's life," he said, his voice breaking. "My daughter is a doctor now because of you. Where have you been?" Maya's voice was steady. "Life took me on a different path, Mr. Harrison, but I never forgot the work. I never forgot the mission." More people started stepping forward, faces from her past, people she'd helped, students she'd given scholarships to, parents whose kids went to college because of her foundation. "You helped my son. You spoke at my graduation. My niece got a scholarship from your foundation." Brittany stood frozen, watching her perfect party fall apart. Her face turned bright red. Sweat formed on her forehead. Michael walked up beside her. His face was hard, angry. "Brittany," he said quietly, his voice cold as ice. "What is this?" I didn't know." Brittany stammered. "You invited her as a joke?" Michael's voice rose. "You tried to humiliate a woman who has done more good in this city than half the people in this room." "It wasn't like that. I didn't know who she was." "That's exactly the problem." Michael shouted. "You didn't know. You didn't care. You saw a cleaning lady and decided she was beneath you." People started recording on their phones. Cameras flashed. Brittany's face crumpled. Tears started running down her cheeks, ruining her perfect makeup. Maya stepped forward. Her voice was calm, but carried across the entire ballroom. "I didn't come here for revenge," she said. "I didn't come to ruin anyone's special day." She looked around at all the faces. Rich faces, powerful faces, important faces. "I came to remind all of you of something simple. Dignity isn't about money. It's not about fancy dresses or big houses or important jobs." She paused, letting her words sink in. Dignity is about how you treat people when you think nobody's watching. It's about seeing the humanity in everyone, not just the people who can do something for you. The ballroom was so quiet you could hear a pin drop. Maya's eyes found Brittany's. "The woman you invited to mock? She's been cleaning your offices for 2 years. She's heard every conversation. She's seen every secret. She's been invisible to you, but she's been there all along." Brittany collapsed into a chair, sobbing. Maya turned to walk away, but Mr. Harrison grabbed her arm gently. "Maya, wait, please. The city needs a Rodriguez Foundation. We need you. Would you consider bringing it back?" Maya looked at him, then at the crowd. Dozens of faces nodded. People started clapping. Then more joined. Soon the entire ballroom was filled with thunderous applause. Maya's eyes filled with tears, but she smiled. "Maybe," she whispered. "Maybe it's time." Outside, Keisha waited by the car, grinning like a proud mother. "So," she asked, "how'd it go?" Maya looked back at the hotel, at the lights, at the people who finally saw her. "It went exactly how it needed to," Maya said. She got in the car, and as they drove away into Chicago's sunset, Maya whispered to herself, "This isn't the end. This is just the beginning." Now it's your turn. If this story touched your heart, if it reminded you that every person has dignity and worth, then do 3 things right now. Hit that like button. Let's get this story to 10,000 likes. Can we do it? Drop a comment. Tell us, have you ever been underestimated? Have you ever been treated like you were invisible? Share your story. We read every comment. Subscribe and turn on notifications. We post powerful, inspiring stories like this every week. Stories about real people, real struggles, and real triumphs. Don't miss out. Share this video with someone who needs to hear it today. Someone who's been knocked down. Someone who's forgotten who they are. Someone who needs to be reminded that their past doesn't define their future. Remember, you are not invisible. You are not less than. You are powerful, worthy, and important. Until next time, keep your head high and your heart strong. We love you,